Hello. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody out there? Man, it is hot today, man. Jesus, I cannot. Anybody in the chat? I don't know if anybody's in here. 3 people are in here. I will give time to anybody who's in here. I'm not really sure if anybody's in here or not. Oh, there we go. Those reminders help out. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I've been, unfortunately, I've been hearing that what is it called? Yeah, the Cardano stuff is gonna be released pretty soon. So super happy about that. What's it called? But yeah, YouTube does not like sending out notifications for me or for my lives for whatever reason, which is okay. I mean, I don't really know how to fix that, but I'll look into how that works because what is it called? Yeah, it's just whenever I do a live, like my notifications don't really go out. But I mean, it's okay as long as I tell everybody and remind everybody and stuff. So that's pretty good. BTC currently dropping, so that's kind of I had a really big, a big boy candle. You guys already know I'm shorting. Where's my forecast? Forecast at 42.5, so I guess that's where my forecast is at. But yeah, Bitcoin dropping. Just had a nice little sell-off from here to like here and stuff. So, it's dropping. It's dropping pretty well. Bitcoin's going down. My shorts are doing pretty okay right now. Where are my shorts at? I am in the money. Yeah, I shorted Bitcoin at 45.6 and 45.8. So Bitcoin is I definitely think it's gonna keep going down. DKNG. What does a weekly look like? I'm gonna see if there's any more people that come in. Because I did want to have I did want to do TA on tickers that people requested. And Nando, thank you, dude, for the super chat. Nando coming in clutch, man. Thank you. I'll do. You know what? I'll start with crowd, but I did want to do I did want to focus on tickers that people requested on my Patreon. So I'll probably do 2 tickers from Patreon, and then I'll do 1 from the chat, because I know a lot of people had requests to kind of get that going and stuff. Crowd actually treated me pretty poorly, to be honest. I think I got in crowd like not June, August. Yeah, I think I got into crowd here, and it just kind of dumped off. So crowd, I think, was definitely a loss from the breakout strategy. It didn't rally to the upside like I thought it was going to. It actually just kind of stayed consolidating to the side. So crowd's okay, but it's not really, it didn't move how I wanted it to, unfortunately. I was expecting crowd to move a lot faster and a lot higher to the upside, but sometimes it doesn't play out, which is perfectly fine. Can't expect every single play to play out how you would how somebody would want it. Ideally, I want every single play to actually work out, right? But sometimes it just doesn't happen. I can get rid of the breakout because this isn't gonna work. Oh, actually, there we go. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. And maybe 285. Yeah. No, crowd, I don't have to do too much TA on this. The weekly looks like it's pretty bearish. It actually just closed bearish. It might, what is it, from 267 to 227, so $40. When did it close? Right here. It's went from 280 to, yeah, it's probably going to come back and retouch 252. I think if anything, crowd comes back, minimum touches 252. And then I think possibly it can go back down to, no, not 224. I think 224 might be a little too much, but I think it definitely goes down to 252. I mean, crowd looks pretty bearish right now. See, I mean, it just created. It looks like it's creating a brand new, a stronger momentum candle to the downside on the 4 hour. It tried to break bullish here. It didn't. Nothing happened. So yeah, I could definitely see it just going down to 252. So crowd. Oh, look at that. Oh, I didn't even see that. But I mean, we're in the 4 hour. I don't know how. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. That's why it's probably going down, because there's a gap right there. So there's a gap on, between what? 247, 258. What was the high? 288. Oh yeah, $40 from that previous drop. Yeah, it's gonna come down and fill that gap. It's definitely gonna come down and fill that gap right there. I think so for crowd. So I think I'm gonna start doing all the tickers that were requested from my Patreon. I'll go with those first. I'll do 2 of those, and then I'll start doing the. I'm gonna do as much as I can, but keep in mind that there's a lot of people that requested tickers from my Patreon. So I'm gonna try to do 2 Patreon tickers and then 1 from the chat. I just did the 1 from crowd, the 1 from Nando requested, so that's I'll start it off with that. But I do want to go and look at the first, because there's 32 tickers that people are asking for. So DKNG was actually the first one requested on the Patreon. If you guys aren't part of the Patreon, it's right here. If you're interested in joining, Patreon is right here. It's not, I don't do like tiers or whatever. It's just 1 tier. It's a very basic Patreon. Like if you like the channel, if you like what I do, it's right there. I don't really do all that much stuff. If you guys want to join, my Patreon is right there. I hate plugging in stuff, but I tend to go through the tickers from my Patreon a lot quicker than really anywhere else. That's what I focus on, really, or at least that's what I like to focus on. But I'll do right now. I'm gonna stick to, like I said, I'll stick to the tickers from my Patreon first. I'll go through 2 of them, and then more than likely I'll go ahead and possibly do from the chat as much as I can also. But I'll do 2 from Patreon, 2 from the chat, and then we'll kind of keep that momentum going for a while. Support. It looks like we'll probably have support right here. So I don't need to go too much lower. I don't need too much support and resistance because price is up here. I don't need to draw resistance and support down here. It would make no sense, right? So whenever you're drawing support resistance, always keep it generally to where the pricing, your general price action is. Oh shit! What's been the recent time that it's been running? How long does it usually run for on the monthly? It runs from what, $52 to 64, so like a $10 run for the month. 35 to 53, so like 10, 18, like 20 something bucks. We just started off the month and it's at 58, 68. Yeah, I'm definitely bullish on DKNG. I don't need to do too much. I really don't need to do too much TA on DKNG right now. I mean, look what happened here. On the daily, we saw momentum push to the downside. I mean, you actually rallied up. You went bullish, and then it kind of canceled out. You went bearish again. You had a nice little candle. I think at most, you might actually have DKNG do something like this, and then push up to the upside, possibly here. Or, maybe just run to the upside like that. But, yeah, DKNG is definitely looking bullish. I would not even have to do too much TA on DKNG to really, look at the direction. I mean, if I were to play this, I would not play this at opening on Monday. I'd probably wait for a retest of like $58, $59. That would more than likely make me a little bit more comfortable in longing DraftKings. And even more comfortable, I would probably wait for a confirmation on the reverse MACD when we're actually hitting support at $58, $59. I think that would be really good confirmation, honestly. just to have DraftKings come back to 58, 59. Buy calls here, buy whatever you want to do, and then take it up to possibly like $68, possibly 73. Um, yeah, but it does look like you might have a really good shot at hitting more than likely like $68. I think that might be a really good chance of doing that. Yeah, look, see that? The next fib is right on 73.46. Look at that. It's right on there. So, yeah, I definitely say 73, 60 in the range of. I definitely say in the range of $68. So like here, so here to here, I would definitely say DraftKings has a really good chance of possibly doing this within the next 2 weeks or so. The weekly is definitely it's still bullish. I definitely say that it's still bullish, and the monthly is just gonna close bullish maybe for the month of September. So I definitely look at DKNG as a long. We'll look at GMED because that's the next ticker that was requested on Patreon. I think I did this already. I think I already did this. I don't remember. I think I already did a TA on this. Did I? I think I did a TA on GMED last week. I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do double TA, especially when it already got requested. Yeah, I mean, GMED more than likely is going to do this. Maybe retest trend and then move up. I don't need to do too much TA on GMED, honestly. I think I already did TA on this. So I'll move on to ticker from the chat. If anybody has any requests. Nando, again, dude, thank you. GME and AMC. So GameStop and AMC. I think that GameStop, again, I think that we peaked on GameStop like 2 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago, right here, was the peak. I had my original forecast at 230, I think, for GameStop. So I had my original forecast on the weekly for us to actually run from here to 230, which we did. We actually went a little bit higher. We went to highs of 231, so I was $1 off. Not bad, but still. Yeah, I actually here's when I actually thought we hit peak on GameStop, which is not completely off. The YOLO play that I actually have now is only a YOLO play because of earnings. Usually what happens with GameStop is it tends to peak either 2 days before earnings or 2 days after earnings. And 2 days after earnings would actually have been Friday. But there's actually something else that I forgot what it was, is when I think something to do with futures contracts and some other stuff. I forgot. I have like a little thingy on my phone that I looked at. But if I had to take not a guess, but if I had to really point out what's going on with GameStop, I think GameStop's going down. I think GameStop more than likely is going to keep going lower. I think the weekly is starting to lose a lot of traction. I can easily see GameStop back at these trending support zones of like 170-ish, one whatever. Somewhere around, as long as it keeps following the trend, because if GameStop, breaks trend, there you go. So if GameStop actually breaks trend and you see it break down here, it can really get super, super ugly really fast, and I can see GameStop back at $100. So GameStop is definitely not in a good position. I don't know what's going to happen with GameStop. It really just depends on the next couple of days, weeks, because it might enter another 3-month bear cycle, and where it just kind of trails sideways for 9 weeks, which is the usual bear weekly cycle that GameStop has. It usually tends to trade sideways for around 9 weeks or so. So I think it's starting that trend again. I think for like another 9 weeks, anywhere between another month, another 3 months, it's going to trade sideways. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Oh, sorry, I was drinking water. AMC. AMC is looking pretty bullish, and it's not really following. It's not really following GameStop at all. Last push that you had on the weekly, you actually went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You did 6 weeks before you hit. Wait, actually, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you actually went 4 weeks bullish before you hit a week high. So 1, 2, 3. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that AMC is gonna keep rallying this week. I wouldn't be surprised to see AMC at $60. I don't have to do too much TA on AMC, because historically, I mean, it's already moving up. It broke through. It broke through this resistance at $48, $47. It looks like it wants to break 51, 52. If it breaks this price point on Monday, I think it's gonna hit, possibly $60 this week. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I would definitely say I'm bullish on AMC for the upcoming week. And unfortunately, I would say that I'm bearish on GameStop. That's really just how I see things. I want to move on to the next ticker on my Patreon, which is CHPT. Like I said, I do want to get through these tickers because I do have a lot of requests from a lot of people, and I want to make sure that I at least get through at least 50% of all the requests that I've received. So even right now, CHPT, if you would have done the breakout on CHPT, you would have lost. You would have lost, right? It wouldn't have hit your first take profit. So that is another instance of the breakout strategy failing. In case you guys haven't seen it fail before, but it really just depends on I like doing it on tickers that actually are consistent. Like for example, just regular like Apple, regular known companies tend to work really well with the breakout strategy because those companies love momentum. They trade a lot on momentum, which is super super good, and definitely always a plus, a bonus. Is there any more resistance support? Yeah, there is. Like right there, probably. So CHPT, I mean, I'd say probably down a lot more. You just closed a. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to add that line. So you actually just closed. You just closed a bear week. Sorry, not a bear week, a bear day for CHPT. Last time that happened, we went down what? About $4 in 7 days. You can probably expect the same thing. 7 days, about $4.42. So those of you that are just coming in, I'm really right now trying to do two TAs for my Patreon and then do one for the chat. CHPT looks bearish, to be honest. If you guys have the indicators that I gave you guys, you guys would be able to see this by yourself, right? Like you guys would be able to see this trailing on the downside. But yeah, I can definitely see. Is there any support here? Not really. I'd say there's probably support like right. There's probably a lot of support around 1680. But I can definitely see CHP dropping even a lot further, honestly. I'm not saying that it will. You would have to have a nice break of. You would have to have a nice break here. Let's see. You would have to have a break of price down here. Probably comes back, retests, and then you see a nice little drop. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see CHPT do something like this. Maybe it trades sideways, maybe something like that. But I can definitely see it go down lower to the downside, possibly to like $17 or so. I wouldn't be surprised at all, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. Thanks for the TA. Oh, you're welcome, dude. Bubba Leshk. You're welcome, man. You're welcome for the TA, bro. I'm just out here trying to help you guys out. I want I want you guys to learn how to do TA because it saves me so much time for me doing TA, and you guys just knowing how, right? You guys don't need me. You guys need to what is it called? It would be a lot better if you guys knew how to do TA. That way you guys can do it by yourself. And that way, instead of requesting stuff from me, you guys can just kind of, look at the chart and then, do your own TA, which would be fantastic because, I think self-education is great. And if you guys are saving me time by doing your own TA, and if I can put like what I know in your head, that'd be amazing, man, honestly. That way I don't have to do a bunch of TA for a bunch of people, Hey, Tony, did you talk about GME yet? I just did, yeah. Yeah, I just did. I think I'm bearish on GameStop. You can probably rewind the video maybe like 5-10 minutes or so. And you can probably see what I said about GameStop, but I'm definitely bearish on GameStop. Whoa, sorry guys, sorry about that. Where's Bitcoin at? I haven't seen. Let me see. I know Bitcoin's selling off right now, which 45. Yeah, it does not want to break that resistance at 45, but it definitely wants to. Look at that big candle, and then actually it's gonna close a bare 4 hour in 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I wouldn't. Again, I'm not surprised if you see Bitcoin cross under here. And keep in mind the next the next support for Bitcoin isn't down until 40K. So my shorts right now, I have them open. If we actually close the candle over this and start closing candles under 45K or 44, whatever that support is at, I can definitely see it go down to 40K easy. As of right now, my target for Bitcoin is, if you haven't seen my previous videos or the warnings that I've been given, I don't want to talk about it now because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste time when I can be doing TA for other people. But you guys already know why I'm bearish to around $36,000, around $36,800. And my super bearish case would be all the way down to 21K. But the weekly barely closed bearish last week. It's going to close bearish in 2.5 hours. What happened the last time we closed bearish? We closed back in March 22nd. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that big of a drop. And every single time we're on a monthly bear cycle, every single time we close bearish on the weekly, we dump 30 to 60%. And if you've been following me for a while, and if you've been part of the Patreon, you guys know exactly. I've been telling you guys this for a very long time. I've been telling you guys, keep a lookout at Bitcoin and what it's going to do, because there's a big chance that it can keep dropping to the low side a lot. And I told you guys before, Bitcoin can drop. I don't know how many videos I've done about this where I can tell you guys, if Bitcoin closes a bear week, you can definitely expect it to drop to the low side a lot. I want to put these on the screen. I don't know how to do that yet. I got to figure it out. But let me go back on the chat because I want to see if anybody had any requests up here. What's up, bro? Miners sub. Yeah, reminders, man. Cardano. Where is Ada? Where is Ada? Ada, let me see. It hasn't moved today? I actually haven't really looked at Ada all that much, honestly. I know the smart contracts are big boy. Look at that sell-off right now. Big boy sell-off right now on it's not just Bitcoin. It's on all crypto. All crypto selling off because Bitcoin just had a huge candle to the downside. Yeah, look at that. Look at Ethereum. Big candle. I can guarantee you everything's gonna be like that. Oh, you know what? Not every crypto. What about Solana? Did Solana sell off? Yup. I think if Bitcoin sells off, so is Solana. Otherwise, it wouldn't be following it. Whoa, what? What about Quant? Quant had a ridiculous run. They didn't sell off too much. It actually looks like it's gonna push to the upside again. Honestly, yeah. Quant looks. Oh, you know what? Quant doesn't look that good. It doesn't look too good. It actually looks like it might come back and go back to 319 or something. If Bitcoin sells off, I can easily see it go down to maybe 358. If it breaks 358, it's probably going down to 326, 319, somewhere around this area. I can definitely see a Quant falling down to something like here. Yeah, so I can definitely see Quant doing something like this, maybe somewhere in this area, somewhere here, and then something else. I don't know. Maybe it comes back. I don't know, but I'll delete this. I'm actually not sure if it'll go up and down, but I can definitely see Quant going back somewhere right here. I especially with Bitcoin selling off. I think it's a really good possibility. How BTC looks the coming week? I'm bearish. I'm bearish on Bitcoin right now. We're gonna close the weekly bear. Sorry, we're gonna close the week bearish on Bitcoin. So I would, after we close the week bearish on Bitcoin, I'm gonna be 100% bearish on Bitcoin. That's why I'm already shorting. I'm already shorting Bitcoin right now. The weekly closes in 3 hours, not looking good. Yeah, Jack, dude, Bitcoin is not looking good right now. And I'm 99.9% sure that Bitcoin is gonna close the week bearish, and we're gonna see a drop to 40K. I'm almost positive that it's almost a guarantee. I'm not saying it is, but I'm already short. I think the probabilities of Bitcoin dropping down to 40K are extremely high. So you guys already know I've been short since 47, 48K, and then I opened up some more shorts at hold on, let me check my Forex account. I opened up more shorts at I opened up more shorts at 45,800 and 45,600. So I actually opened up 2 more shorts on Bitcoin. I think yesterday. What do you think of Anchor? I like Anchor. Anchor, I'm playing for the Web3 application. I mean, I think I've already talked about Anchor a couple of times before. Whoops, not the ticker that I'm looking for. Anchor. Yeah, so Anchor on the daily looks like it might be a little bit bullish. On the weekly, it's going to close bearish. I can definitely see Anchor drop down heavy. You know, it's definitely not doing this. I actually thought it was going to break. It never actually broke 12 cents. It went up to highs of what? It went up to highs of 13 cents, but it didn't actually close any candles above that. So I think I'm bearish on Anchor right now. I can definitely see it dropping way lower to the low side. Oh, sorry, I'm drinking water. Keep in mind, I'm not gonna sell out of anything from my Coinbase. I'm just holding right now. But I do expect a pretty nice sell-off to the downside, honestly, for crypto. I'm expecting, what's it called? Bitcoin to drop to like 40K or something. So I mean, generally when people ask me about TA, I like to point them out to Bitcoin. I mean, if Bitcoin is gonna drop, I think ACH is gonna drop, right? If it breaks support right here, if it breaks support at 6-7 cents or so, the only other support that it has is like back here at 2 cents. So, unless it creates brand new support. Actually, we're gonna fall. Yeah, it's already under the 618 level for the fib. So, if it breaks here, I don't think it'll go that low. Bearish. Yeah, I see ACH. I can definitely see it dropping down to right here. There's going to be support right somewhere around here. You're going to have support around 7 cents. And then you have another big support at like 2 cents, like 3 cents-ish. So if it breaks this, unfortunately, there's a really, really strong chance that you might if it breaks this support, you might go down here and maybe create new support halfway and just trade sideways like this, whatever, and stay here for the bear cycle, or you might actually just see it come all the way down. But for ACH, I'm pretty bearish right now on ACH. And again, keep in mind this ticker was requested on my Patreon, so I'm trying to go back and forth in the chat. The next one that somebody requested was SX Oof. What is this? XS Oof. What is that? I've never heard of this company before. XS Oof. I gotta say I don't have to do too much TA on this. I'm pretty bearish on this one already. Let me see. Who else is here? Oh man. AMC to 184 by October? Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about AMC hitting 184. Is resistance only broken when the candle's down, not the wick? Yes. So resistance or support is only broken when you actually close a candle over it or under it or above it, wherever. If you're talking about resistance or support, obviously if you close a full candle under support, or resistance if you close a full candle above it. You don't break resistance or support by just throwing a wick down there. That's why that's why support and resistance is so important. Or sorry, not support and resistance, but what's it called? Candle closes. And a lot of my strategy, especially with the momentum, with the reverse MACD, um, and the stochastic, it's definitely what was I gonna say? I completely forgot my train of thought. Um, it's the candle closes are important. That's what I base a lot of my trading on. Am I going to take profit when they start tapering? You mean on my stock portfolio? I mean, I generally swing trade. I have a long-term portfolio already in my 401k, so I don't really. I'm not ever taking profit on that until I'm like 60 years old, and that's not for a very long time. But I right now I don't on my Robinhood. I don't really take any. I don't really take any really long positions. I mostly just swing trade on my Robinhood. Um, I mean, I take profit all the time. I don't really have a lot of positions in my Robinhood like Apple or Tesla or whatever. It's mostly just my long positions are in my 401k, and that one is gonna be left untouched for till like another 30, 40 years or whatever, till I'm 60 or 50 or something. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna take any profit just because I don't have any positions really. That I guess that's the easiest um, answer I can give. Nando with the Tesla. Um, I think I already did a Tesla TA. I'm still pretty bullish on Tesla. I think forecast is $800 by what is that? October 11th? Yeah, yeah. I'm still pretty bullish on Tesla. It dropped pretty heavy. What was the last one I did? A retest of 712. So yeah, what retest of 712 and then go back up, maybe. But I think longer term, I do have a forecast of like 795, $800. Yeah, so I won't do too much TA on Tesla because I already have it set up here. Forecast $800 or like 792. Someone did request Macy's, so I'll look into Macy's. Oh, what did I type? How's everybody's day going though? I haven't asked you guys. How's everybody's day going? I know it's Sunday. I know it's so hot. It's so hot in California. I actually have my brother-in-law doing some electrical work over at our place, so he's kind of working on stuff right now, and I'm just kind of. I should be outside helping him because it's extremely hot in the attic, and I should actually be outside helping him, but I'm gonna stay in here for a little bit just to kind of do TA for everybody, and then I'll see where we at around the hour time, how many we've actually done as far as TAs for all the requests that I received, and then possibly maybe end it at like an hour. Not really sure where I'm gonna stop doing TA for everybody, but I gotta help him out because I feel really bad because it's super hot, and I gotta make sure that he's okay because I don't want him passing out in my house and then something crazy happening. Macy's is going down to previous support of 1965. The weekly just closed, so I can and then he actually just created a bigger candle for Macy's, so I can definitely see Macy's come back down to this level at least, $19.65, and then if it breaks that, it's gonna go down to $17. It looks super bearish right now. Everything on Macy's looks bearish. I'm like 99% sure that you're possibly gonna see it do this week. You're gonna see it go like that, and then maybe have it come down here to like previous resistance, maybe come back up, try to move up, and then come back down. So I think that's possibly what's gonna happen. I think at least this section right here is gonna happen. I think 1963 for Macy's is like a 90% probability. This I wouldn't be able to know until it actually breaks a candle to the downside. So Macy's does not look good. This one was for Joel from part of my Patreon. So Joel, I hope you can see that. I hope you're on board, or I hope you're on my live and you're looking. Like I said, I'm just trying to go through these TAs relatively quickly. H bar. So what does H bar do? I've been hearing a lot about H bar, and generally they just been going up pretty hard. So I wouldn't be surprised if H bar is just going crazy right now. Rest in peace, ears. Oh, is my sound really high, or what's going on? Rest in peace, ears. Oh, I'm sorry. Joel, I'm in Macy's, bro. I'm down. But yeah, dude, Macy's is gonna keep going down a lot lower, dude. I'm sorry about that. Hey Tony, you should check up on your bro and make sure he has water. He is, yeah, dude. I was so I actually have my dad in the attic. Well, not in the attic, but actually in like the little opening. So my dad is there. I made sure there's like a fan there. He has plenty of water. I put a couple lights up there for him. But yeah, dude. He is no joke, especially in California. And I'm, like I said, I'm probably and I feel even worse because I'm in my room. Uh, I'm in my wife's and I room, and I have the AC on and stuff. So I feel super horrible that I'm in our place and I'm inside a room doing a live TA, and he's in the attic working on our electrical stuff. Um, so I don't exactly feel good about not helping him out. I should probably be there, but I will probably stay on live for like another hour or so. I will try to do at least another half an hour, hopefully. But I will try to stay on live for at least another hour and a half, um, just to kind of be here and do the TA for you guys and stuff. Are you going to take profit when they start tapering? So so I meant for your portfolio on Coinbase, since the stock market affects crypto. So I don't know. I haven't thought about what I'm going to do. I have a I have a short-term theory on what's going to happen to crypto if the stock market sells off. For whatever reason, I have this feeling that crypto is not going to sell off when the stock market does. I don't know why. I'm not going to take any profit. I actually told myself that I'm not going to take any profit until crypto actually hits my portfolio actually hits 100K. So when my portfolio on crypto on Coinbase hits 100K, I will be taking out $80,000 and starting completely brand new from 20K. And I figured I can make it into a series. Um, so more than likely, I will probably, when my portfolio hits 100K, and I assume that it'll probably hit that when Bitcoin actually goes back up to like 60, 70K ish. Um, but I told myself, I already have a strategy where, or I already have my system, right, where once my portfolio hits $100,000, I'm gonna take out $80,000, and I'm basically gonna start all over with 20K, because that's what I did initially, right? I think my Coinbase portfolio, um, by my own money, I think it's worth about 20 grand. So as soon as I hit 100K, I'm gonna be cashing out 100,000. I mean, I'm gonna be cashing out $80,000 for my portfolio, and just starting all over again, basically. Make the crypto portfolio into a novella. Dude, I wish. I wouldn't even know how to do that. Packers are losing right now, man. No bueno. Anyways, I did want to ask, what do you look for on multiple time frames on the Stoke and the MACD? Marcos, thank you, bro. Thank you for the first of all, thank you for the super chat. What do you look for on multiple time frames on the Stoke and the MACD? What do you mean? What do I look for? Like in regards to what? Like momentum, like bearish momentum, bullish momentum. What do you mean exactly? What do I look for? Um, I think I am going to be releasing a video just for my Patreon members. Again, if you're part of the Patreon, you have my full setup of how I trade on TradingView, and I will be releasing a video on how I use the reverse MACD along with the Stoke. Kind of how I use them together to forecast and to do different things and stuff. Um, but generally, how I use them together, or how I multiple time frames, it really depends on the situation, honestly. Let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? Actually, sorry, I kind of lost track. Let me do that TA on H bar, and then I will go back to that. And then I'll go back to that request. So where is resistance here? So it's above actual previous resistance, which is really good. It looks like it might actually close above that. And then you have resistance here. Oh, you have resistance there. Resistance here. Here. Possibly here. And then again, you have it like right. How high can I go up with this? Yeah, right there. So you have pretty good. You have a pretty evened out resistance and support zones for H bar. I think it's gonna keep running, man. H bar has been on an absolutely demolition streak. I think H bar is gonna keep running. Honestly, it's already looking like it's above previous resistance. I think H bar is gonna keep running pretty hard. I wouldn't even be surprised. I think the next, as soon as it breaks 44 cents, I can see it at 70 cents. Where do you even buy H bar? Binance, Bittrex. See, the only thing that I hate about Coinbase is that they don't list tickers like this, and I would love to get into H bar. I would love to get into, I think it's called VXV, VAV, something like that. I think those guys are going to keep running up, man. I think they're going to keep going up really, really well. I think H bar is going to keep running, honestly. I think it's going to keep going up. If you buy right now, you're looking at an 80% gain. I think this is definitely possible. I think H bar can run to like 70 cents. As far as when it does that, I don't know. But I think H bar can definitely run to 70 cents. So, definitely, I would say long H bar. I think H bar is amazing. Jarrett, thanks for the knowledge, Tony. You're welcome, dude. I don't know what I did for you right now, but you are welcome, bro. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you guys all for the super chats. I always appreciate every single super chat that everybody gives me. I appreciate all the support. I told you guys plenty of times, the fact that I have more than one follower what is it called? More than one follower on my YouTube or even my TikTok, or that I even have one Patreon, dude. Like, it's amazing to me. Like, I have no idea why you guys follow me, bro. I like to think that I'm pretty okay at TA. But it's one of those things where I'm just kind of like, man, like, this is crazy. The fact that I actually have people that, that like the TA that I do and stuff. So let's look at, somebody requested AAP. See if I can have some solid, probably right here. What does a weekly look like? The weekly looks like it's probably going to keep dropping. What does the month look like? The month looks bearish. Weekly looks like it's bearish. Daily looks like it's, yeah, that sucks. AAP, probably doing this. I don't need to do too much to on AAP. There's a strong chance that it's going down to 187. It's already made, it broke down. It broke resistance. It broke support. Coming back up to retest. It retested as resistance, and it's going to come back down. I think AAP is going to drop to 187. It looks like it's going to drop to 187. So this was for, let me see, AAP, for Helmi Aslan. I'm sorry, bro, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, or if this is a girl, I'm sorry. But your first name is Helmi, your last name is Aslan. This was for the request for AAP. So I hope this helps you out. I hope you're not holding a big bag. I think the last time that we actually played AAP was for the breakout, which unfortunately this one didn't end up well. So the breakout could have been played here. Probably would have hit a couple, like a month and a week later. The next breakout probably played here, traded sideways, and then came down. So the next breakout would have probably not hit. It would not have hit for AAP. Oh, sorry, I have the AC on, and I think I need to clean the filter. So I'm sorry if I'm coughing a whole bunch, guys. Bearish or bullish? Like, what if the daily and weekly are bullish, but some of the smaller time frames are showing more towards the bearish side. What does it mean? So for this question, Marcos, for this one, it's kind of, I would need to take a long video to do this, to be honest, because it's definitely more of a in ADA smart contracts upgrade in the next few minutes. Oh, dude, yeah, I want to see how ADA reacts as soon as it actually does that. So let me see. Whoops, what am I doing? Cardano. There we go. Is there a countdown? 2 days. Does anybody actually? I mean, I don't know if there's actually going to be a website or not of like a countdown and stuff. I doubt it, but still, never hurts to just look. Gfinity, Twitter, Bayou.com. Well, I mean, we'll look for it. It doesn't matter. We'll look for it later. But Marcos, to answer your question, how can I explain this? Let me see. Let me see if I can use Bitcoin as an example, or how can I use Bitcoin as an example? Let me see a chart that I haven't used all that often. Let's do FTX on Bitcoin. Yeah, so this is good. I don't really have anything on here. So, okay. So how do I explain this? Right now that Bitcoin is gonna close on the weekly, on the bear side for the weekly in about 2 hours. Immediately, I would say that I would be bearish 100% due to the fact that higher time frames definitely king over smaller time frames. Right now, the monthly, for example, oh, that is not good at all, dude. Look at that, a brand new bear candle. If we create a brand new bear candle on the monthly, this is not good at all, and I would highly consider selling out of my portfolio if it does. That is not okay. Honestly, that is not okay. Shit, I did not even see that. Whatever. But we can use the candle at August 1st, right? So August 1st, it's a weakening candle on the reverse MACD. I would definitely think that because this is happening right here, I would look at the weekly to see what's going on. So, man, this is hard. This is a hard question. I'm not a good teacher, right? So it's hard for me to explain things sometimes. So how can I explain this? Looking at the reverse MACD, let's say on the weekly, right? The weekly right now, let me see if I can make this easier. So I can have a vertical line. So on the weekly, right? You actually closed a bullish week here on June 21st, and it ended. Let me see where it ended. Let me see where it ended right here. So it ended the weekly. So it's gonna end the weekly here, right? So anything in between here is basically all bullish momentum, right? So as of right now, you can actually do this by looking at historical moves. So Bitcoin closed the bullish week, and it was basically starting from here. It's a bull cycle from here all the way up to right now. So all this from June 22nd closing of to September 6th closing of, this is all bullish momentum, right? We can assume that all this is bullish momentum. So if you go down on the daily, if you go down from here to here, right? All this, we're considering this all bullish momentum. So we'll go from here. We'll have it right there just to kind of have like a nice understanding of what's happening. So in a case like this, I would be more bullish than bearish. So I would only be looking at the stochastic being down here, right? I would look at the reverse MACD closing bullish days on either on the stochastic being oversold here, or closing bullish days on being overbought. So for example, here I hope this explains it, Marcos. I'm trying. It's hard for me to explain it, but for example, right here, you have technically back here and right here you have a perfect buy-in on the daily, right? So perfect buy-in right here. So you would look at buying your positions on Bitcoin from right here to right there, right? So this would be the very first time you do a buy-in for Bitcoin. I wouldn't even care too much about the bearish momentum, right? You have it switch back to another position on the bear side. You would buy again right there. Possibly buy again right here. Oh God. Possibly buy again right there, right? So these would be from right here to right here. These would be all the bullish momentum points that you would look at on the daily. You would still technically be in the bull in the really strong bull cycle on the weekly. See, weekly, right here. I would possibly only start looking at not shorting Bitcoin, but not really looking at opening more positions around this area, because you see how we actually closed a weaker candle on the bear side for Bitcoin. So right here, right at right here, this candle right here, this candle on August 16th, that's when I would be a little bit more weary on starting to actually open up positions. So it would be right here. So while we are bullish still on the weekly, we are starting a weakened bearish momentum right in this area. So here's when I would actually start not really looking at buys anymore, and I would more so start looking at take profits, right? So you already have a position here and here. So here is going to be when you're actually going to start looking at starting to take profits. So if you actually bought in, when you were supposed to here, you would have seen an increase of, the high candle there, 50% increase of Bitcoin, and then from here to the high side, possibly another like 23% increase. So you would have seen a nice little chunk movement on Bitcoin. Obviously, you would have seen a bigger increase if you would have bought into alts. But I hope that explains it. It's more of really only taking in bullish signals when the weekly is strongly bullish. So again, strong bullish, strong close, close. And then when you have another close on August 16th, which is a weakened bull momentum, that's when you would stop buying and you would look into taking profit, right? And as soon as this actually closes on the bear side, or you're actually getting signs, that's when you would start taking profit. So you would start going into your positions here, more than likely. You would start buying somewhere here. So somewhere in this area, you would actually start buying. And then maybe when you actually start seeing these weakened bull momentums, you would start taking profits somewhere around this area. So you would have written Bitcoin from probably 35K to like 50K. And that's where you would have really started to take profit. So I hope that kind of explains what I would do. I'm definitely going to go into this a lot more on a separate video, just because I can talk about there's a lot to talk about on this specific subject that Marcos asked on the chat. So there's a lot that goes into this, and it's kind of hard to explain in 5-10 minutes. It would have to be it would maybe even be a video of like 30 minutes to like an hour of just talking about that. I was looking at NVIDIA. You know what? Let's use NVIDIA to see if I can use that as a good example for you, man. So, NVIDIA. So NVIDIA broke out. It's just kind of trailing sideways. Oh, wait, this is a new breakout, right? Oh, wait, what is the last breakout? Oh, yeah. The last breakout was actually here, I think, for April? What was the last breakout? Oh, no, it's right. It's right now, actually, the breakout. First TP would be 240. It might actually trade sideways. I don't know. But for example, for NVIDIA, for example. So right now on NVIDIA, it did close a bear or like a weekend bullish month in July. And it did it again just now for September 1st. So it's not actually closed, but you're getting signs that it's a possibility, right? And historically, it does do that a lot. So NVIDIA tends to close bear months on a weekend bullish cycle. But it doesn't really do all that much, right? It maybe does it for like 1 month, runs, 1 month, runs. So I wouldn't be too worried about NVIDIA closing a bear month. I would look more into the weekly and see how it's actually reacting. But for the most part, it just does bullish movement, right? So what happens on the weekly, right? On the weekly, you have generally right now sideways trading, not too much. Weekly, 1 week of bear momentum, and then you rally. You go from 152 to lows of 116. Actually, that's a pretty heavy drop, but again, for the most part, it's just kind of sideways trading, and Nvidia keeps running to the high side. But if you're going lower on this, I would probably make my decision like right now. For example, Nvidia looks like it's gonna close bullish on the daily, right? Maybe Monday, Tuesday, but the weekly looks like it's actually gonna drop to the high side. So right now, if you actually see on the daily that on Monday, let's say on Monday, Nvidia has a huge move to the upside, and you actually see this close bullish, the weekly, because it's still bullish technically, you might actually see the next candle turn into a strong momentum candle, a strong bullish momentum candle, right? So the daily would have a little bit more power on the weekly, just because you're actually about to have a bullish close on the upside, while the stoke is technically still a little bit overbought, which is good for Nvidia. Let me see if we can find another instance, because look, bull trigger, bull trigger, bull trigger, and what happened? You ran from here, you went from what? Bull trigger on the overbought. You ran from 176 all the way to 208. So you ran $30. So I can definitely see Nvidia running to something up here, in the span of this actually closing. Because keep in mind, if the daily closes bullish and the weekly is not exactly bearish, this can definitely create another candle, another bullish momentum candle. So just to give you an idea of the daily having not necessarily a lot of power over the weekly candles, but it does have certain powers over the weekly charts. And I hope that's making sense. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to determine that, honestly, or to explain it. And I'm sorry. I know that you guys say that I'm a good teacher, but it's so hard for me to explain sometimes. It makes sense in my head, and it's kind of hard to tell people about it. So, it's one of those things where I try to be as clear as possible, and I try to make the videos as clear as possible. But I know I got to get better at that. 5:44 p.m. EST is when it's supposed to happen. EST Eastern they're about 3 hours ahead of us, right? So 5:44. So it's gonna drop at what? 2. That means it already dropped, right? 2:44. That means it dropped like 10 minutes ago. Did they actually drop? Let's see. Cardano, smart. We're live streaming the HFC event. It's still early days for our brand new ecosystem. Join us for celebrate this milestone. Oh, you know what? They're live streaming it. Why don't we check it out?
Sourceable computation. And again, just like the development of Plutus and just like the development of the extended UTXO model, it turns out there's dozens of good ways to do this.
Oh, so they went live 26 minutes ago. That's great.
Cardano is that we built it with maximal interoperability and flexibility in mind. So we have
I don't want to show that because I don't know how it's gonna look in the chart and stuff. But let's look at ADA. See if anything happens to price right now. I know it's sold off, but 259. Cardano, stronger sell on the candle there. Is it recovering? Yeah, I mean, people are buying it. It actually hit support perfectly at 248, 249, 250. What is it? 249? So it bounced off support perfectly. And if it actually closes bullish, I don't know. We might see Cardano run on this news on the actual drop, but look at that. It's actually retesting previous resistance at 260-ish back here. So I can definitely see closing here and then running to the upside. So definitely not bad. Not a bad news drop for Cardano. Bitfarms, if Bitcoin keeps dropping, Bitfarms is gonna follow it. Just that's really it. If Bitfarms keeps dropping, if Bitcoin keeps dropping, Bitfarms is gonna follow it. and it sucks because I have a big position. I think I have like a 30K position in bid farms, but I sold a bunch of calls on for bid farms. I sold a bunch of calls for like a month out. Um, so definitely bearish on BITF, unfortunately. But I sold calls, so I'm kind of okay right now. Will you sell all of your positions? No, I mean, I don't think I will. If we do end up closing the month of September bearish for the monthly, I might consider it. But I think if anything, I might just DCA to every single time we have a drop. It sucks because um, it sucks because right now the monthly on Bitcoin is not looking good. Not looking good at all, honestly. I'm honestly scared of crypto and the stock market because BTC is about to close bearish on the monthly, and because the stock market is overextended, the Fed's tapering. I This is why I don't hold a big position in a lot of stocks. I think there's a very strong chance that we are going to see. I've already talked about this in my previous videos, but you haven't seen the SPY sell off that big in a while. So my very first target, if we close the monthly bearish on the SPY, is going to be 423 within 90 days, which is the crazy part. And the SPY has a gap to fill back at 401. And the SPY also has a gap to fill back at, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. The S&P 500 has a gap to fill at $400. So, keep in mind that it can definitely drop here, which is one of the big previous order blocks. And also, but I think 420-ish, 423 within 90 days is definitely a good target for the S&P 500. I can definitely see this happening this month. And I would buy a crap ton of puts about 3 months out on SPY just to kind of play it. But it's not looking good, man. I'm going to be honest. SPY is not looking good. And I could definitely see it dropping even lower to 400 to fill this gap right here. It's not a small gap either. It's from what? 400 to 403. So it's around a 1% gap, but if it does end up breaking this, I can definitely see it go back to $400. But yeah, the SPY not looking good at all. I definitely think it could keep going lower, but I would need the month to close bearish to actually see what's going on. Snow, well, I guess I already did TA on Snow. It's playing out pretty well, up to 328, so not bad. I would say that I'm still bullish on Snow. What is a weekly? Yeah, I guess my original forecast is around 347 with it by late November. So, I mean, I'm not gonna do another TA for Snow. I already did it here. It looks to be playing out pretty well. So, I'm not gonna question past Tony to see what he's done or hasn't done. So I'm not gonna question myself. But yeah, Snow looks good. Snow looks bearish. Have my thoughts on Anchor changed? Definitely not. I support Anchor because of the Web3 application. I don't really support it because of TA or anything. I just like it because it's a good project. That's it. Let me go back up here. Thank you to everybody for the super chats. Always appreciate it, man. Always super appreciate it. Mina did really well, right? I think I did the last time I talked about Mina. It's ran up like a pretty good percentage, but let me see. Still up here. It's still above $5. Selling off. I can definitely see it going back down to like 448 or so. Let me see. Yeah, I can definitely see Mina drop again. The weekly. I mean, it's hard to do the weekly just because there's no actual indication. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually drops a little bit to the lower side. Get rid of the fibs. Where can this drop to? Yeah, maybe it dropped to like $4. Maybe like right here. But I mean, like I said, I wouldn't really sell any of my crypto. I would maybe think about selling my crypto if we close the month of September bearish. That would be pretty scary. You know, that would be really scary, honestly. If you close the month, if you close the month of, if you close the month Bitcoin bearish, then that's gonna be pretty scary. That's gonna be pretty bad. What else? What else did somebody request? Moderna. Where is Moderna actually? How's it looking? Oh, Minara. What is this? Did I get the right ticker? mRNA. Sorry about that. mRNA. Moderna. Yeah, there we go. I should have a forecast for this. I'm surprised I don't have a forecast for Moderna. I thought I already did a TA for this. Oh, definitely bullish on Moderna. It looks like it's gonna beat previous all-time highs. When did it rally to the upside before? When it was already overbought. Around this level. So here? No way it does another run like this. That'd be crazy. I know. Imagine another run from 174 to 497. Imagine it doing something similar like that. That'd be insane, dude. That would be so crazy. I would put it more like here, maybe. Like another 176. I can see that happening. Another 176 move. $176 in 28 days. Not. I wouldn't say 28 days. That seems too short. Yeah, it looks bullish. Moderna looks really bullish. If I had to play this, I'd probably buy calls up the butt, and I would take it to like $500, man. Moderna looks crazy bullish right now. Monthly looks really bullish. It's creating fresh candles on the what is it called? On the monthly cycle. The daily looks what? The daily still looks pretty bullish a little bit. I mean, I can see it staying flat here and then really running. And most, I think it'll drop to 413 maybe. But Moderna looks crazy bullish right now. I'd be buying calls all fucking day long. I'd be buying calls all day long, dude. Moderna looks crazy good. Let me see. I have another request on my Patreon for any the ticker. I think I already did a tick. I think I already did one for any. Is there a gap? Oh, look at that. Perfect retest of the gap and then goes down. Yeah, I think any's going up. I think it's going to fill that gap. I think this was with my last TA. I think I actually have calls on any right now. It looks like it's about to break bullish. The 4-hour looks still bullish-ish. The daily, brand new sell-off on the daily. What does the weekly look like? Weekly looks, I'd say bullish. I mean, it didn't really do much when it actually went down on the weekly. So, yeah, I'd say there's a pretty strong chance of it going back up to previous highs of maybe back to like 8-something. I don't know about previous highs, but, I mean, I would say I'm bullish up to it closing the gap at 869. I don't think I would be bullish apart from that. So, so definitely any to like $8.60, like 70 cents or so. But I think after that, I don't know if I would actually do anything. I would be bullish on that at all. Are there any tickers here? What do you think about XYO? XYO. Oh, wait, XYO is a new crypto that just dropped on Coinbase, right? I think I just saw it on Coinbase. You see, how's it been trading? I'd say I'm bullish. Well, I mean, right now, I'd say I'm kind of maybe bullish. What happened last time? We went 0.007 cents. 5 hours, 0.007. I mean, with the recent drop of Bitcoin, I don't know how all the rest of crypto is going to react. But, I mean, XYO looks bullish. 4-hour daily looks, it hasn't been trading on the day. I mean, it hasn't really been trading all that long to determine anything. KuCoin, Coinbase, what about Coinbase? Coinbase, it's only been trading on Coinbase for what? 1, 2, 3, 4 days? I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely probably buy XYO. It looks bullish. It looks like it's at least gonna go back to previous highs of like 0.6. What kind of a gain would that be? If you buy here, 50% gain. That's not bad. You'll get a 50% gain, and it looks like it's actually gonna break to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back to like 5 cents or so, maybe. Um, where's Bitcoin at again? Bitcoin it's recovering a little bit. It didn't actually hit. It came down, retested, and it's going back up. Yeah, so you saw a nice little sell-off and then a nice bounce again to the upside. And I think I might. Where are my shorts? Where are my shorts at? Because that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good bounce from the 45K level. Actually, let me check up on my shorts. Let me see where they're at. 36. I might have to close my shorts. It looks like it's gonna be running again to the upside. What does a 4 hour look like? Yeah, the 4 hour just closed bearish. I mean, I might open up more shorts if it keeps running. Because it looks like it might actually come back to this level, like 45, 46. It might come back here. It's barely going to close the hour bullish, so I can definitely, whoops. You know, I can definitely see it running maybe back up here to 45, 46. I'd probably open up more shorts here. I don't know. But it's bullish. I mean, it's bearish right now. Not really sure where it had like that recent pump going in, but yeah, Bitcoin looks like it's recovering pretty well. Can you look at Doggy Coin? It looks like it's gonna go to a new low. Yeah, I've been I've been out of Doggy Coin for a while. I actually just bought Sheeb or Shiba Inu. What is it, Shiba Inu? I put like $2,000 in there just for like what is it called? Shits and giggles and stuff. Where is Shiba? I'm probably gonna sell out. I don't even know why I bought because it follows Doggy Coin. If what is it called? 0.0. Yeah, because if Doggy Coin drops, you're definitely gonna have Sheeb drop. True, Sheeb drop as well. I don't know why I'm saying Sheeb or whatever I said. Uniswap. There we go. What does it look like? Yeah, because Shiba looks like it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall off again. It might go a little bit bullish, but that's something I'll do a different day because Doggy definitely looks like it's gonna drop hard. Yeah, the 4 hour closing bearish. I would probably be shorting Doggy right now down to 20. Actually, you know what? That actually makes sense. Let me go open up some shorts on Doggy. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna open up some shorts on Doggy right now. Because it does look like it's gonna drop. Where is my Doggy? There we go. So my shorts on Doggy are officially opened. I'm gonna see where this takes us. I think Doggy's gonna keep dropping. Where's the chart at? The charts. Yeah. So if Doggy keeps running up back here, I'll probably open up more shorts. But yeah, it does not look good, man. Doggy does not look all that well. It might come back down because look at that. It's at the 200 MA. I want to see how it plays out on the 4 hour. I want to see how long it trades bearish. You might see a nice little sell-off down to like maybe 22 cents, maybe lower. But I mean, the daily looks like it's about to break to the bull side. The weekly looks like it's just closing. It's doing the same thing as Bitcoin. So it's gonna follow Bitcoin. It's a huge candle right there, man. That is not good for Bitcoin at all. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of repeating the process because look at what happened here. You hit a peak, you had 2 candles, and then you stayed flat and then dropped again. So you had a peak, 2 candles, you stayed flat, and then another drop. So I would not be surprised if you see Doggy back at like 16 cents all over again, and then you have another push to the upside for just all crypto in general. But that monthly is looking weak, man. Look at that monthly, and it's stronger too. Last time you had the Stoke at 0.013, Now it's at 0.02 for the stochastic. Oh, sorry, for the reverse MACD. So it's not looking good for Bitcoin and Dogecoin right now. I will be holding the shorts for a little bit longer because the 4-hour closed bearish. It's going to close bearish in an hour and 46 minutes. So Doggy does not look good. I will make a mark here for everybody just to let everybody know that I did open up my shorts right here, like around this area. We'll kind of see what happens from here. If we do go up to this level, I'll probably open up more shorts and martingale it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to come back up here, honestly. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Dogecoin does not look good right now. Oh, good job. Yeah, actually, yeah. Where do we get that indicator? The indicators are only available on my Patreon. So if you would like the indicators, you know, you can actually join my Patreon, and I have it pinned on the very first page. I have everything right there. If you want to join, you don't have to. It's not mandatory to join, but there's a lot of stuff that I talk about on my Patreon that I don't talk about here. So you know, that's generally where you can get it from. Quick little plug of my Patreon in case anybody would like to join, but that's where it is. It looks like it might smash through the 16-cent level if BTC tanks. Yeah, if Bitcoin tanks, I think Doggy can definitely go under 16 cents, which is kind of why I'm rethinking selling my Shiba Inu and not really being a part of it, because if Dogecoin tanks, so is Shiba Inu. It's gonna tank hard. It'll probably tank even lower. In May, Dogecoin crashed first, and then the whole market did. Wonder if it will repeat. It might. It might tank first. I mean, if it happened in May, it might happen again right now. But I see, you know, right now I think Dogecoin is following Dogecoin is following Bitcoin. So I really just want to see where Bitcoin is headed, um, and then we can kind of figure out what's going on. But Doggy is looking not very good right now on the 4-hour. It looks like it's going to sell off. On the daily, it's looking okay. But generally right now, keep in mind that if the 4-hour closes bearish, well, actually, this might be a perfect example. So Marcos, if you're still on, I hope you are. If the 4-hour closes bearish and you have a really, really, really good sell-off here, the daily, you see how it's actually going to close bullish, or it wants to close bullish. You can have a brand new, really strong momentum candle on the daily, and then it just kind of stays consistently green going up. So that's how another way I would look at it, right? If the 4-hour tends to be really strong at the momentum for the bear side, and you see a drop like this, the daily will immediately go from being almost closing bullish to immediately turning bearish all over again. So I hope that makes sense, Marcos, if you're still on. Yeah, I mean, crypto is just not looking good in general. Honestly, it's just not looking good, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see another sell-off for the general market. It's scary though, man. It is pretty scary. It's not good at all. Bitfarms, already talked about that. Do you use the fib retracement to get your support and resistance? No, I don't. I'll release a video on how I do my support and resistance. I think I've talked about it before. I think I actually already have a video on how I do it, but I will talk about it again, and I'll make another video maybe sometime this week. But my support and resistance is based off of wicks. And an easy way to explain it is wherever you actually see a lot of wicks around the same price range, that's generally where I put my support and resistance. That's usually where I put it. But I'll be releasing a full video of where I put my support and resistance, and you know, I'll give it to you guys in case anybody wants to actually see the video and stuff. Do I think Ethereum could hit lower than 2,000? Is it possible? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not possible. Do I think it's gonna happen? Where's 2K at? Down here? What kind of a sell-off would that be? 2K. Down like here? 30%, 40%. You know what? Yeah. I think it's definitely possible for Ethereum and everything else, you know. But keep in mind, it's on a pretty good trend right now, and it doesn't seem to want to break it. So if Ethereum actually breaks that trend that you can see here, if it breaks this trend, I would highly consider selling my full portfolio. Maybe, I don't know. But Ethereum is actually gonna. It looks like it's gonna close. It looks like it wants to rally again. It looks like it wants to go up here. You see how it wants to close on the daily bullish, and the 4-hour. It just hit a bear close, maybe in another hour and 40 minutes. But I want to see if it actually breaks trend, because if you have a bear trigger and then actually closes on the low side, that's not good at all. So what happened last time? We were around these same levels too. So the lowest it hit was what? $325. So right here, $325. So I can definitely see, let's make this clear, right? Get close up. So what I can see is I can see, Ethereum dropping to maybe like 3,200 and then throwing a wick all the way down here and then recovering to the upside. But if you actually see a full candle close down here, I can 100% see it go back to $2,800, which obviously would not be good, but that's generally what TA is showing, right? And you can even see right now, you can see kind of a micro trend happening on the 4-hour for Ethereum. So I'll get rid of these because my forecast already hit, right? But you can see you can already see this happening on Ethereum right here. So you have another micro trend kind of happening right here, right? You kind of see it like that. So it might bounce here for a little bit and then just kind of see what happens, because if it does break trend right here, the likelihood of it going down to $2,800 is extremely high. But as of right now, I would not be surprised if you see Ethereum do something like, if you just see it drop down to retest trend and either bounce up because the daily is actually looking bullish, or you see it go like, you see it do this, retest trend right here, and then possibly drop all the way down to 2,800. So two very different possibilities, and it all really depends on momentum. It all depends on the break of trend. It all depends on where it's actually going to go. But Ethereum, if Ethereum breaks trend and goes down, that's kind of game over for the overall market, So with that being said, I have been live for about an hour and 22-ish minutes. So I will be ending the live here. Thank you to everybody that joined. This actually felt like super, super fast for whatever reason. If I didn't get to your tickers on either my Patreon or the live, I will be doing shorter videos on that. But definitely keep a lookout for other TAs and stuff. If you want to join the Patreon, I put it on the chat. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody for the super chat. Thank you for everybody to joining live right now, taking the time on your Sunday to join. Super appreciated. Always happy that you're here. With that being said, have a great weekend. And we'll see what happens for the upcoming week on crypto, man, because it's not looking good at all. It really isn't. So everybody be cautious. Don't FOMO into anything. Do your TA, do your DD, see what's going on with the market overall. But have a great weekend, guys. I will see you all later. Thanks. Bye.